What's up, guys? I wanted to show you the new setting. I'm gonna like drop the volume a little bit because this thing is in the red right here, right? All right. So I wanted to show you like the new setting or the new feature that I released on the OHLC tool recently. Wanted to kind of like go over that and show you what it kind of like looks like. We're kind of like slowly transitioning into algorithmic principle and also um, you know, algorithmic like framework. I think it's something that is kind of like emerging the industry slowly, and this OHLC tool always has been uh, part of them. Like part of the collection of tools that is like algorithmically speaking, automated, right? So that's something that you kind of like rely on. So basically, right, the tool plot a lot of decent thing, right? So far, like we started at the beginning with the tool as I'm gonna like just open this real quick, but at the beginning, like the tool was splitting this box only. That was like the real start of the tool. Was like the real beginning, and then basically, it plot the time frame that you wanted to see. Right, it was a very basic tool, but always been like extremely useful and always extremely um, be like a nice tool for understanding where price wants to go and rely on finding MMXM setup and kind of like find the liquidity inside the higher time frame basically, and also helping finding the PD array. So then I kind of like added these fractal order flow settings showing the previous 5-minute high, the previous 15-minute highs and lows, the previous 60-minute highs and lows, right? All of these are PD arrays basically. They're all automated, right? This was like the main tool right here pretty much. Like this section right here of the tool, right, was the main section pretty much, right? Was not able to add more candle. This is like a feature that has been added later on, like the idea of like being able to like show, a second, let's say 4-hour candle. Like now you can see two 4-hour candle, right? This is something that has been added later on, on the next version, the V2 version, pretty much. This display real-time fractal overflow was already in the tool initially, right? That help you frame the fractal of the 4-hour high right here, the 4-hour low right here, right? That's the actual 4-hour highs and lows, right? Pretty much. Basically after that, like couple months ago or couple weeks ago, we added the algorithmic swing highs and low settings. So it mean like you can basically see the latest swing highs confirm and the latest swing low confirm as well, and the potential swing highs and low, which is something extremely useful if you read price, like right here, right, where right now we got this swing high confirmed and we got the swing low confirmed at the low of the actual 4-hour range, and we got a potential swing low right here forming. So from here, right, there's a potential move up, right, targeting these high right here, like these inefficiencies that you can find right here. I would say it's pretty efficient, so I will not look for something right here, but basically, right, I'll show you like the next setting as well. Added the fair value gap. So the swing highs and lows, there's PD array, right? There are swing highs and lows, there are highs and lows, right, on the PD array spectrum. Basically, the fair value gap setting as well, it's something that has been added like 2 weeks or 1 week ago, I believe. Something extremely strong in my opinion, because you can, literally see the latest 5 fair value gap that you want to see, like right here, like a very small you can see, but it's still there, right? Like, so these are algorithmic as well. They're all automated, right? They're gonna show you the right one. Like sometimes you're like indecisive, you're like, all right, I don't know if it's really a fair value gap or not, but these are automated, right? So they're gonna tell you, right, all right, cool, this is like a valid fair value gap because it's been selected by the tool itself and it's just a valid one, right? And you can extend these right here. Uh, they're automatically extend to the actual price, but I like to move it like, sometimes you can put it like 4 if you want, so you can see better, and probably in higher time frame. I believe it's something that can be used. as well adding the consequent encroachment of the fair value gaps, like the 50% midline, right? It's something you can add right here. So if you remove it, it's gonna be removed, right? The open line setting, it's something that must be understand. Like in my teaching from the bootcamp, you can understand that we talk a lot about the power of three sequencing, and you basically want to buy or sell above, right, or below the 60-minute opening price, but as well try to align yourself on a 15-minute as well. Okay, so if you get like a swing low form and below the 60-minute open, then like you can look for something else, right? So added the separator as well. These show you like the monthly open and as well like every month separation, so you can break that down like in doing some monthly profile, weekly profile, day profile, right? These are very nice, and as well you can see the day of the week. So like when you like, let's say this chart right here is on the 5 minute, like this is like a simple chart that I kind of like just use for intraday trading. So I'm not focusing on really like, what day we are and such, but I have those big, like other layout specifically for weekly profile, day profile, monthly profile. So these are very nice. So you can like build your own design or like your own layout basically. I'll probably share some layout in the future, but for now I'm kind of like focusing on this. I already shared some layout in the bootcamp session, so uh, there's some lecture that comes with layout, so that's pretty cool. But I wanted to talk specifically today about the algorithmic range look back setting, um, which is the RAL or ARL. That's the new thing that I wanted like to introduce on this OHLC tool pretty much. And it's an algorithmic range. The amount of bar that you choose, right? Like right here, it's already set to 10 bar. So, if you get like, let's say 10 bar, right? You gotta use a calculator and calculate like 10 bar times 5. So it gives you like 50 minutes. Okay. So like it's 50 minutes. If you on a 5 minute time frame, and you use 10 bar of 5 minute, it gives you a 60-minute, a 50-minute range, um, automated, right? So that's pretty cool. So you click on this right here, so you're gonna be able to see, right? So what it does, what does this thing do basically, pretty much, right? It show you the external liquidity, internal liquidity of a specific amount of bar, a specific amount of OHLC. So since like the tool is OHLC, right, I put everything that is OHLC related, like, right, swing highs and lows, fractal highs and lows, um, fair value gap, they're OHLC as well. If you don't have the OHLC, you're not able to plot any fair value gap, right? So these are all components that are basically, PDRA spectrum, but they're like included with the tool. So the idea of this algorithmic look back tool, right? That little box that shows right here, right? When we purge a new low, right? When we got a new low in the 50-minute, right? It's gonna like show you where the fractals start from. And basically when you get a swing low form confirmed, now you can look for internal liquidity of this range right here. Okay. So this is something that you can do on a lot of time frame, right? If I go like right now on the 1 minute, it's gonna show you a different one, obviously, right? And since we're like set up right now on the 10, right here on the count is 10, it's gonna show you the last 10 minutes. Okay. So like it's like an IPTA, right? But it shows you like the last 10 minutes. And as you can see right here, this candle right here is inside this previous candle that created a low of this ARL right here box, right? So the fact that we have this ARL box, we got a swing low confirmed, but right now we got relatively equal low, right? But like right here, you see like right now this low is a swing low confirmed, right? We got this candle that it closed inside this range. Now if you're bullish, right, if you get like a bullish fair value gap, you can look for PDRA inside of that for price delivery. Okay, so it's always like some sort of macro price perspective, And it's pretty my opinion is extremely strong, right? It's something extremely simple, but it's extremely strong, and it's 100% algorithmic because it's very selective in terms of like criteria, and there's a specific logic behind. So you guys can use this. As you can see right now, right? Like we got this bearish fair value gap right here in the middle of this range, right? And like the market's about to close in like 3 minutes, but this is like an example, right? But let's say you got the swing low form right now, you can look back for some like this high, this high, this high right here, and look for this fair value gap right here, right? So you see right here, we repuge the low, so like the box extend to this extremity right here, and from there we reset the whole process again. Okay, if you guys are like used to trade with the narrator, that's a little bit similar, very similar logic, but it's more macro perspective oriented. So like it mean it's like more lower time frame base, and it's like more specific basically, and it's like really ipto. It's like it's not like a specific range, like so and basically like if you go like let's say on the 15 minute, it's gonna give you something else, right? Like right here you see like that's the box right here. It started from this high right here, and it shows like 15 bar, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So we got like 10 right here, right? It's set up at 10, so it's gonna be 10 bar. This one it doesn't count because it's on the line. But basically right now we're internally inside of this right here. Okay, this is like the low of the low, right? That's the low of this previous 10 bar. So if you calculate with a calculator how much 15 minute tenths time, right, it's give you like the amount of minutes that you kind of like want to focus on. So it's pretty, in my opinion, is extremely useful, right? If you go to 1 minute, like right, like I'm gonna give you like a nice example right here, right? Uh, let me show you right here a very nice example. So like what I like to use, like just for like some IDs right here, like because you gotta like find by yourself what works, and I think people's gonna share what they works for them as well, like in backtesting and such. But something that I really like is like 60 bar, right? So 60 bar on the 1 minute give you an hour. Okay, so this is like an hour that is look back, and it's algorithmically speaking a range, right? So basically, right, this is the low of a specific 60 minute. Like it's a 60 minute that has been selected by himself, right? Look, it started from 316 and it stopped at 416, 415, right? So it's a 60-minute range, but it's very specific, right? And from this low right now, you can look for some, rejection block or anything like that, or even like can retarget this low if you're bearish, right? So you gotta look into this range, what happened inside of this range right here. You see, you got fair value gap right here, right? We got this range that is very efficient. We got this buy side right here. So it's all depend on what you can do with that. Like there's a lot of millions possibilities. I'm gonna like share you guys some very interesting models soon that's gonna be unlocking a lot of stuff for you too. But um, you know, so the high probability model, right? Instead of having like a 60-minute that is anchor to the starting point from the 4 hour close, right? Instead, you have like a floating IPTA kind of like 60-minute that is algorithmically speaking very interesting, right? And you can play with that. You can have like a 30-minute range. That 30-minute range gonna like show you something else. You see right here. In the last 30 minutes, there's this low that has been taken. So now you can look for this relatively equal high. You see we got a displacement right here. If you get bullish fair value gap, there's a lot of possibilities, right? There's a lot of possibilities, but there's a lot of things I want to teach in the bootcamp too, right? So I want you guys to understand that. But hopefully you guys find that useful. And if you like have any question, just ask in the chat section of the OHLC, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.